1 year after its creation, in support of Governor Siminalayi Fubara, the Simplified movement has officially dissolved and transitioned into a new civic platform, the Rivers Grassroots Movement. Announcing the change in Buguma, convener High Chief Sobamabo Jackridge cited the need to support peace efforts between Governor Fubara and Chief Nyesom Wike following President Tinubu's reconciliation directive. Jackridge emphasized that the decision was made in strength and unity, not defeat. The new RGM aims to foster peace, civic engagement, and inclusive development across Rivers State, transcending political and ethnic divides. He urged members to continue backing Fubara's administration while respecting Wike's political legacy, declaring, "We are not a faction, we are builders of peace." Honorable Kingsley Akumefule, you have been quite vocal in Rivers State crisis from the time it started till date. What is your take on this Simplified movement collapsing into Rivers Grassroots Movement?
Simplicity movement.
Simplified movement. What do you mean by simplicity?
His group is Simplicity Movement.
Okay.
Yes. First, Chief Jackridge is a man I know very, very well. An interesting man to be with. And he has always been forming groups, not today.
All right.
We've known him as a man who political pressure groups for a very long time, even before 2023 when he contested for governorship. So he has been a very frontal and vocal group leader amongst the groups that supported our governor, Siminalayi Fubara. In fact, with his group, the Simplicity Movement, which he supported the governor, he did his best, especially in his area and the Port Harcourt metropolis, but didn't actually go down to a lot of the communities and local government areas. So, for taking this decision today to form the the grassroots movement, RGM, is a good move because he's a politician. He wants to be in the move. No politician would want to be stuck at a point, taken to what is happening today in Rivers State. The governor had announced that every platform that bears Simplified movement should be brought to an abrupt closure. And so if he doesn't flow with that decision or that declaration by the governor, it therefore means he's not ready to flow with the governor. And being a man who wants to always be noticed, who wants to be in the system, there is nothing else he could have done other than what he did. He's a politician. He wants to be in the system. He wants to be afloat with the system. And so the only thing to do is to continue in the pressure group movement, but with a new name. So, but he has said that he will still continue to support the governor, even when he is not against the Honorable Minister of the FCT. It's a welcome development. That's a good gesture. I think I applaud him. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, do you see that there are other movements across Rivers State? We also have the Simplified movement itself as well. And so far, have they changed their name to the?
Yes, they have all changed.
They've all changed.
They for now, their platform in my local government area, they have changed. I have noticed a change in the name, but they're no longer bearing Simplified movement.
Now, I find that quite interesting because Simplified movement, Simplicity movement, Simplified, every movement that bears that name same appears to be a convergence, more like a DC coalition, a coalition of different people.
Yeah.
You have majorly the people that worked for Rotimi Amechi in 2023. They are part of the members.
Simplified.
In fact, they are majorly the members of Simplified Movement. You have some persons that worked for the Atiku camp in Rivers State as members of the Simplified Movement. Yeah. You have a lot of persons who also obedient movement are part of the Simplified Movement. The disgruntled followers of the FCT minister are part of the Simplified Movement. Simplified Movement is not an organic movement that one would say they are organic followers of the governor. However, they are followers from other political gladiators that came together, to form this group. Now, River State's politics, of course, is going to also get more interesting in the coming days, with Rotimi Chibika-Amici declaring that he has interest in presidency, and then the FCT minister openly saying that now it's between him and Rotimi Amici in River State. How do you see this playing out? I mean, the people that have coalesced into Simplified Movement, how do you see this playing out in 2023? Are we going to see, for the lack of the right word, are we going to see a breakdown of the Simplified Movement? Because now all their original support, their original arrowheads now are standing differently for their interest in 2027. How do you see that playing out? I mean, the Simplified Movement, as it were.
Okay, the truth is, the word simplified, like you said, was borrowed from the name SIM. And so every other person who coalesced to that name came because they wanted something from the governor.
Right.
And so you use the word disgruntled followers of the FCT. I don't see any person who was disgruntled.
Okay.
Majority of the leadership of the PDP followed suit. Apart from those who felt it was an opportunity to get from the SIM, perhaps because someone has seen SIM as one who is not too knowledgeable of the political business. So they felt if we go around him, we could use this opportunity to take advantage of him. That is the reason why you saw some of those guys who came around. Now, those who
you're saying that the love for the governor was not authentic.
It was not. I have said this over time here, So for those who can be seen as politicians in this state who are part of that, were those who felt it is time to get on the FCT minister, the likes of Rotimi Amici, Celestine Meher, and those other group of persons. They were not there because they wanted to be under the Simplified. No, they felt this is the only time to get on this man, because there was no other place to go, as at the time they joined the SIM. And of course, let us now form ourselves as leaders of the state, who will now be collecting from the governor. Now that the game is on, and there's a coalition. Now, if you look at the coalition now, the whole of the Omehas they are there. If you watch the video, I saw Omeha, Sekebo, and all of them. They are all there now. Now, it means that those of them who came from Rotimi Amici, those who came from the Atiku group and other are there. It also means that those who are from Obi may likely be there, because Obi himself is also there. Now, the Simplified, as it were, will be those who are just with SIM, those who felt it was an opportunity to get something from SIM, because they used to say the smaller we are, the better we'll get something from the system. So those are the persons. And I'm also seeing that some of the persons who are with SIM may likely join the coalition, because if you look at some of the those who contested local government election under SIM, for example, my own local government area, that young man was never a SIM person. He was brought into the system by Rotimi Amici, and I saw him in Abuja in the video where he attended that meeting too. So it means that those of them who also came from him are going there. So this means that majority of those who call themselves the Simplified, there will be a serious decimation in that Simplified group, and that will actually mean that the SIM as a governor, the moment he is returning, may not return with so many of his followers in the state.
Would you call them his followers? Are they organic?
They say they are organic, but I have told you that the majority of those who claim to be with SIM were never SIM.
So now, with this ADC coalition
Yes.
coming into existence, and definitely with Amechi showing interest, it means that ADC coalition is going to set up structure. ADC is already in Rivers.
Yeah, they are already
but
here.
of course, their structure will now be much more pronounced.
They'll be a bit pronounced.
Now,
I don't want to use the word much more.
You now see, with regards to this, the simplified movement is going to coalesce into the ADC coalition. Is that what you're saying?
Let me tell you what will happen, actually.
Right.
As it is today, majority of the simplified people are coming back to join the leadership of Nyesom Wike.
Okay.
Majority of them in various ages.
Okay.
In fact, in few days from now, you begin to see the shows, people doing big occasions that will make, crossing them back to work with Nyesom Wike, because some have seen that if Sim is no longer the leader in the political hemisphere of the state, then why not me join the leader and work with the governor? Now, the other group too, who knew that the Amechi factor can never get anything in this state, as it is today, they can't win an election in Rivers State. And so that factor too will contribute to the reason for which some persons from that group too would want to come over to this place. And a lot will happen. A lot will happen. We are just watching the politics. But the truth is, majority of these persons will return back to Nyesom Wike in the days coming. And that's going to be the politics. Because we all know, taking from all the political trajectory that we have seen in Rivers State, that Nyesom Wike has always beaten Rotimi Amechi in an election. In fact, as at the time Nyesom Amechi was having the names he had in this state, there are persons who made those names. The likes of Nyesom Wike, Magnus Abe and others, they are no longer there. And so from 2015, when Nyesom Wike pulled out and joined his own this thing, you saw what happened. In 2019, you saw just like that. So I don't see anything new from Rotimi Amechi. Having been that he has also served as a minister for 8 years, a lot of persons couldn't get anything from him. So there's no new thing that is going to tell people today or show people that will make people join him. Those who are still around him are the persons, for one reason or the other, who probably might have gotten something when he was in government, who are there. And a lot has also pulled out. The likes of Ujuka them, where the person that were George and all that, many of them have left him. Just few persons like the Kuku Peter side. If you watch what is happening in this coalition, I've not seen the Kuku Peter side. I've not heard him say anything. He's the only leader today in this state who was with Rotimi Amechi, who has not left. And perhaps few of his persons. Now, if he has not made a statement, I've not even seen him there. It means that he may likely not be part of the coalition.
Now, don't you see the likes of Abiye Sekibo, Austin Opara, Uche Secondus, Celestino Mejia, and all of that queuing behind Rotimi Amechi to back him up?
Yeah, but you should know that from 2019 till now, those names they've never made any strong impact in Rivers State politics. They don't have a structure. Politics is about structure, and they cannot win an election. It's very difficult. No. If you take them one after the other in their various wards, local governments and others, you know that they have not and they cannot win any election. All the young persons they have around them, who by whatever it means must have been doing the game, are no longer with them. Pick them one, we can stay them if you want. They cannot. So there is not, the coalition is nothing. It's just like you are bringing a new name to put in an old signpost. There is no difference there.
So now for you in Rivers State, there is no competition between the PDP and the ADC coalition.
What we have in Rivers State is not PDP.
What do we have?
In today Rivers politics.
Okay.
What we have today is renewed hope. And this renewed hope is not a political party.
What is it then?
It's a coalition of political parties. They are even talking about coalition today. We have formed a coalition long ago, including members of the coalition are in the Wike structure owned by the president, the renewed hope agenda. APC is there. Anywhere I see here, Soweto City,
there as well.
I not see the PDP chairman. Aaron Chukwu has always been with him. Tony Kocha has always been with him. And I think if my this can help me, I can know some other political party chairman who are with him.
Let me now ask you, in this renewed hope that doesn't have a political name, but you call it a renewed hope. In 2027, like it or yes, APC is going to, field a candidate, and PDP is going to field a candidate.
You mean in Rivers State or in Nigeria?
In Rivers State, I mean in 2027.
Let me tell you what will happen. Let me tell you what will happen.
Under the renewed hope umbrella. Is that going to be
a man who has 2 wives that understands themselves do not quarrel for who goes in with the husband.
Interesting.
You have 2 wives as a man. And for example, you are supposed to come in today where there is an understanding. The man can say, don't worry, let Angela come today. There is an understanding. The both of them will not quarrel. Perhaps the day for Angela, you can go in. That's where there is an understanding. In this renewed hope agenda, the president has done well to the extent that political parties are leaving their parties. Even at the National Assembly, every day people are leaving PDP to join APC, people are leaving YPP and different parties. There is this understanding under one father. And so in Rivers State, it's going to be a very sweet game.
Let me know how it's going to play out.
We can, of course, if a man has too many children and they understand themselves, that man can decide to even give a property that belongs to Obi to Mwachuku.
So now, are you saying
and there won't be a problem?
Are you saying that the emergence of a governor in 2027, we are not going to see a keen competition?
There might be keen competition because we have coalition.
We are going to see backdoor settlements.
Let me tell you. I am not one of those who said this coalition is wrong. I love it. It could bring in a little bit of challenge in the polity, and that is the sweetness of politics. When you have a strong opposition. Now, yes, they might form an opposition, but the opposition may not be formidable. But that opposition can also sweeten the politics for 2027. Okay, but I don't see anywhere where PDP, as it were, and APC will have a strong force. We have one leader as it is today. Our leader is Esebumo Nyesom Wike, the capacity minister of the Federal Capital Territory. And if he is our leader under the APC and the PDP, and that leader has been a leader, has been carrying people along from all political fronts. Have you had any quarrel? Look at where he's commissioner of his project. Almost every Rivers man has been in Abuja for the past 2 weeks. PDP, APC, and all parties, they are there, dining together, whining together in his house as the leader, and he's covering everybody. It's like a big umbrella shielding everybody. Nobody is complaining, and so I don't think that the election will be the reason for which we will complain. In Abuja, they are sharing contracts, they are sharing different things. Nobody is quarreling. So,
regardless of the political party,
it doesn't matter the political party. Everybody is happy under Nyesom Wike. If you come back to Rivers State at this hotel signature, they want to share money. They don't call PDP or APC or no. As long as you're a Rivers man, this is what Rotimi refused to do. He couldn't do it in 2015 and 2019. If he had stood his ground as a leader, this party, this state would have been a place that would be unified under him. But he couldn't take up leadership. I talk about ambidextrous leaders. If you are an ambidextrous leader, you will always succeed. But when you are not, you want to just side one other place. The simplest meaning of ambidextrosity is like when people say, the left washes the right washes the left. I don't want to go into the theoretical aspect of ambidextrosity. But as it is today, Nyesom Wike is showing that capable ambidextrosity in leadership. And that is the reason why you see nobody is complaining, irrespective of the political divide. And so, in 2027, I don't see any challenge as far as this state is concerned. Rivers people will come under one umbrella and decide who leads them. It doesn't matter the political party. Yes, there might be some little challenge from the coalition, which may not be a very strong front to challenge the leadership of Nyesom Wike in this state.
So regardless of whether it's APC or PDP in 2027, whichever party wins, Wike, according to you, remains the leader of
whichever political party.
So in Rivers State right now, the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike is the leader of the APC, and he's the leader of the PDP.
And even some other parties that I wouldn't want to mention here. They may decide to stay in the dark, not to be mentioned.
But he's also leading them.
He's the leader. He's the political leader of Rivers politics today. That is demonstrated in almost everything that's happening in Rivers State.
So the only party right now, according to you, in Rivers State, that the FCT minister will not have any influence on is the ADC coalition.
They are just coming up until when we see where they're going to. They've not actually defined their roadmap. When we notice where they're going to, we can know where we hold them. Yes, Onwike is a political bigwig. He's a strategist. Even this ADC, don't be surprised that the ADC may not have anything to swing here in Rivers State with time.